It's going to be busy because we have some nice weather coming. You know, it's that time of the year. If you're new here, the leaves don't really change color in the fall. It's the license plates on the cars that change color. And we're going to get some of their weather. I think a small taste of it this upcoming weekend. So let's talk about that. We got to get through this rain that we have out there right now. We've got a cold front to our north that's actually stalled. We have the low that's developing right off of our coast. It's more than anything else that low that's throwing moisture our way, but it's a combination of the two. So they linger through Wednesday, and Thursday they'll start to push more down to the south and we'll begin to clear things out. But the rainfall coverage tomorrow and Wednesday will be a lot like today along the coast first thing in the morning, then working its way inland throughout the afternoon. And it's not our typical weather, right? So that's why we have a weather impact alert. I'm not expecting a lot of severe weather. We haven't seen any. Right? Could we get a water spout to blow onshore? Yeah, we could, but it's a small chance. But we will see some of this moisture begin to move further inland through the evening hours. We're actually starting to see a few up here in the northern Pasco County now, up Little Road, or actually east of there, up almost 52. That's going to move to the north and the east. But everything's gotten drier and drier in Pinellas and Hillsborough. Still some wet conditions here in Sarasota and Manatee County, especially Sarasota. This is sinking southeasterly, so it'll take a while for Venice and Vamo, but Sarasota itself will start to dry up here in just a little bit. There's the low sitting way offshore. You don't see a whole lot right now over the Gulf, but later tonight, this should flare back up, okay? What happens is tropical systems, this is not necessarily tropical, but storms out over the warm waters in the summertime, they flare up overnight. And during the day, they tend to fall apart because they all pop up here over land, and then it flips overnight. And that's why we expect this center, I don't expect it right around the center. Thank goodness there's shear pushing in that direction. So there's all the storms. But I do expect east of there will be more storms overnight tonight. And that's what will rotate in for tomorrow morning. That's the reason why we have our weather impact alert. And then you've got the front. Eventually this will get a push and this front will come all the way down by, it looks like now, Thursday night into Friday, get south of Tampa. And that will bring us the sunshine coming back, which we don't have a lot of out there right now, and drier air. It's not necessarily super cool, okay, but it will definitely dry out and the humidity will drop. You will really notice that. Air temps now are comfortable, at least temperature-wise. We're in the low to mid-80s, generally lower 80s, but it's still muggy out there. The dew points are high. The forecast model says that rain that's out there now, that tends to float inland through the evening hours. That's around 11 o'clock, and most of us are already drying out. Now, tomorrow morning, remember, we're going to be watching for more showers develop offshore, and then they start pushing onshore. That's around 8, 9 in the morning. You get the idea. So that's the bus stop. That's the morning commute. Think about all that stuff tomorrow. Now, as we go through Wednesday, this is Wednesday afternoon. The front's right over top of us, still looking at a lot of rain, okay, at that point. But notice as we get into the afternoon hours, we're talking about showers pushing inland. Thursday, the front's a little bit further to the south. Friday, look at that. That's the cooler, drier air coming in. It's more dry than anything else. It lasts all the way through Tuesday. At least, look at the dew points. That's what you will notice. It will still be upper 80s for highs, almost 90 by the end of the weekend. But those dew points will be a nice break. It'll be our first legitimate cold front of the season. You can see it pushing south here as we go through Wednesday, Thursday. Look at that. That's Friday morning, sunrise, and then that drier air. This is the moisture from the ground all the way up. It's not necessarily the humidity. This is the humidity basically dropping. But look what happens. Saturday, 4 o'clock, dew points in the 60s. That's not huge. But when they're in the mid-70s and they drop to the mid-60s, you will notice that. It will be a beautiful weekend, dry weekend ahead. Look at that dew point Sunday afternoon, 60 degrees. And then by the time Monday comes around, what is that? 6-7. 6-7 for a dew point. Yeah, it's going to feel really, really nice. And as I mentioned, it's going to cut the rain chances off. Really good coverage tomorrow, 70 to 80%. Little less than that on Wednesday. Thursday, down to around 40 to 50%, and then basically almost taking the rain out all the way through the middle of next week. If this front comes through. Now, if we don't get that push, it'll be a little bit more humid and a slightly better chance for rain. But if you look at your 7-day forecast right now, weather impact alert for widespread rain tomorrow and Wednesday, less rain on Thursday, drier air arrives early on Friday morning, and a gorgeous weekend ahead. Still warm, near 90, but much less humid.